Hi everyone, it's Eva Pichak here from Abundant Results Coaching, and today I would love to share some tips and tools on handling the pre-Christmas madness. So basically, how do you deal with time management? How do you handle everything that is on top of you just before Christmas? I know lots of you are coming up to this time of the year, to the holiday season, and you're probably trying to handle everything at once. And I know that this time can be very stressful for goal achievers, for business owners. Everybody's trying to get everything done, and then it's very likely we get stressed. And then when you get stressed, things are falling apart. So basically, it doesn't work. So one of the things that I would love to share with you is how I deal with how to manage every task that is coming at me. And I love when I was reading a book called "It's Not About the Money" by Bob Proctor. He talked about task management versus time management. Everybody gets 24/7, and that's why you can't really manage time. You're not going to get more of it or less of it. It's all about prioritizing what you have to do. So prioritizing the tasks that are right ahead of you. So one of the things that I suggest to my clients, and I do myself, is when you're falling asleep or just before bedtime, write out 6 main things that you want to do next day and prioritize them according to the ones that you don't feel like doing, or things that you're procrastinating about, or things that you're fearful to do. Do them first the next day. But the one thing about that activity is, first of all, you're going to fall asleep because a lot of the times we struggle. I don't know about you guys, but I sometimes struggle with there's so much to do the next day. And when I empty my mind, when I just write down those things, the main things that I need to do, basically my mind just becomes a lot quieter, and I'm able to go to bed and fall asleep nicely. Now, the second thing that will happen is literally when you wake up, you will know exactly what to do and how to handle your day. So make sure that the things that number 1 and 2 on your list are those things that you don't want to be doing, you're procrastinating around, and you will notice how when you start your day from handling those things, your day will go smoothly and there will be something to pat yourself at the back at the end of the day. Now, the second thing that I do as well is when things get on top of me and I feel overwhelmed with the amount of things to do during the day, I actually take a break. And I know this is contrary to everything that we ever think, because most of the people would think, and I used to be the same, most of us would think, I need to push harder. I need to get everything done. I need to push harder. But then what actually happens when you're stressed, all the things that you're doing, they're actually falling apart and you're actually not that productive. So what I do, I go for a walk. I love my walks to the park and literally staring at pigeons and just emptying my mind doing nothing. But what you could do is, even if it's 5 minutes, maybe you don't have half an hour to go to the park. If you can, go out and get fresh air. But another thing you can do is just meditate. Listen to your breath. Focus on your breath for 5 minutes and just focus on one thing. Just focus on being in the present moment, and that will allow you to empty your head. Then what you do is sit down and then write down the list of things that you need to get done and prioritize them. Just put those things that will make the most sense and be the things that are most important for you first. And ideally, if there's things that you're procrastinating around but they're very important, or things that you're fearful to do them first. And you will see how your day is brought to an order. Basically, when your mind is brought to an order, your day is going smoothly. And sometimes, most of the time, for me, it never worked to push harder. And for me, it never works to push through things that you have on your to-do list. You've got to prioritize, you've got to put your mind in order and calm down. That is the most important thing. And the last thing that I would love to suggest is, at the end of the day, make sure that you write down 3 things that you want to acknowledge yourself for. It's so important to pat yourself at the back. Even if all the things on your to-do list haven't been accomplished, but you've accomplished at least 1 or 2 of those things that you were procrastinating about, there's something to pat yourself at the back. And you will always find something to pat yourself at the back for, and then you fall asleep nicely. So I hope you use some of it, and I hope that it helps you to deal with pre-Christmas madness. It certainly does it for me, and I hope you have a great week. Take care.